Hey guys, we are going to start outside today and show you our home. So, this is outside. You can kind of see our car back there. If I turn around, this is the view from our front door. There's our door. This wall behind me right now, this is where all the kids draw with chalk and then we wash it off. It's perfect. They love it. They enjoy it. They clean it every time they use it most of the time. So we've kind of had to break them of that habit because sometimes I just like color in my life and it's nice to have a colorful wall rather than whitewash. And I mean literal whitewash. The paint here is so thin. It's craziness. So we're going to go inside. I'm going to turn you around. Ken's going to give you a tour. Welcome to our home. No. You tour. I film.
It's very dark. There we are. Good morning, good evening, everybody. Welcome. This is our living room. Kids spent a lot of time in here. We've been able to put up a few things. This is all this furniture was here when we got here, and we so appreciate it.
We've heard it's the only normal couch in Thailand.
We also put a fan up over here. There's one bedroom on the first level, and this is our bedroom, and it's right off of the living room.
Never mind the clothes. There are no closets in Thailand. So everyone has wardrobes. Some people have wardrobes that are closed, but because of the mold situation here, anything that's kind of closed out of blowing air gets moldy. So,
exciting thing is we just got a door for the bathroom. We haven't had a door in the bathroom. We actually just got it yesterday, so I am working on doing some shaving to it, and then we're going to sand it and paint it. And this is our bathroom.
There's our shower. And back here, if you peek, is the toilet.
Something very interesting is there's no hot water per se in the house, but what we have is there's a heater for hot water in the shower. So you turn this on when you take a shower, and there's a little box in there that heats up the water so you can take a shower.
You're giving the tour. You go first.
Oh, I will go first then. Here's our wall for the kids. Some English phrases for them, the days of the week, colors, manners, time. And here's some of their artwork that we've got some little folders, so they each have their own folder and they can switch out after they do something different.
Don't worry, we have more folders stashed away.
We do.
This is our upstairs. We have 2 bedrooms and another bathroom upstairs. The children use the bathroom upstairs so they don't have to go through our bedroom. These are some paintings they did with the art supplies that people have sent. We put a couple shelves up there to put things on and to hang the bamboo from so that the kids have their artwork at their eye level. We love the elephant painting in the background. Got that at the market. It was 100 baht, which is $3 about. So we'll be bringing that one home. Out of all of this, we'll bring some kids' artwork home in that one. The rest will stay here. This is our table. Typically, it is full of children and art and games and whatever else you have going on here. All of my junk is down at the end. As my kids know, I usually leave stuff out on the table.
We found this awesome tablecloth. It's actually a whole roll, and this is just a part of it to put on here and protect this beautiful table and chairs that we have.
Yes, it's nice solid wood.
And it's a very heavy. I don't know what it's for, but for us, It's a tablecloth.
Oh, I meant the table.
Oh.
Okay, then we have the kitchen coming up, and in the kitchen, it's different. So these are the children's cups. We get drinking water from a filter station on campus, so we have a cooler for that.
Guess what I'm doing today?
Yeah, they love to come get water, even if they're just walking to and from like dinner to back to their rooms or something. The boys live on one side of us, the girls live on the other side of us. So we usually have boys run in, grab a drink of water, put their cup back, and then leave. We have a little fridge. It can be full at times and it can be empty at times, but if you have an outdoor fridge in your garage during the summer, you kind of know how well those work in 90-degree heat. So it's not the best to keep a lot of stuff cool for a long time.
We're doing pretty good today. It's 26, so 6 and 6 is 12, 52, 82.
Yep.
Not too bad in here.
Nope.
We did buy a wok, and we use it every day. It is so convenient, and we just have a little burner here, and it's propane.
You have to open that again. I can't move as fast as you. So.
And there's a market across the street where I've already gotten that filled once. Little microwave that was here. Some coffee stuff. We actually bought an air fryer, and we use that a lot. Very inexpensive and a huge time saver for a lot of things. Here's the kids' spice rack. They love chili, and then this is an oil chili. We bought the little thing of fish sauce like a week ago, and didn't know if this was the right one. It was the right one. The kids really love it, so then we had to go buy the jumbo fish sauce. When we make noodles for them, they like to put sugar, fish sauce, chili pepper, and they have recently found our garlic powder. So they like to put that in there. They're very big about spicing their own bowls. We just cook the noodles just plain, and then they spice them up however they choose. This is a new development. This is our eggs, and we came home the other day, and one of the girls colored all of our eggs for us. And I think we told you before, the eggs just sit out. They are very fresh, and we go through them quickly. We also have a lime tree on campus, so we're able just to walk down and pick up some limes.
This is where we keep a lot of the children's stuff. They have some toys here. We've bought games. We've bought Legos, things like that, so that they have something to do when they come by, so they don't just want to play video games. So I think that's the bulk of it. Oh, wait, we have a backyard too.
Ooh. A huge blessing that we do have a washing machine. Obviously, there is no dryer. The outside is our dryer. So we have a rack here. We did buy a little charcoal grill that we were able to, if you saw our TikTok, we grilled burgers with the boys on our English class with them. Just from scratch, putting their own burgers together, spicing them and grilling them. And we do have a cat that comes by, Peanut Butter. It's been 3 months of working with him, and within the last 2 weeks, I've gotten to pet him. So that's a sermon in itself. We did plant some potatoes. We just got this going last week. Got them into a bigger bucket, and keeping the bamboo at bay is a full-time job. There's one that's kind of too big that I would take down, but I'm afraid it's going to flop into the neighbor's yard. So we just try to keep that trim so another one doesn't get out of the way. A couple of papaya trees over there that have started, and that's the neighbor's yard on the other side of us. And she does a great job taking care of her garden.
Yay. Okay, so that is our location. And I'm sorry I didn't get to see any chats. So if you have any questions about where we live, can you shut the kitchen lights off, please? Let us know. Okay. Hello. Springfield First. Hello, Linda Taylor. Hello, Teresa. Hello. Oh, wait, I can't see that one. Country Lady, hello. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed our tour. This is where we'll be living for the next 2 years. Mount Erie, you must be Donna. Okay.
You found us. Yay.
Along with our tour, we have to start every live with a thank you from you guys. And I'm going to cry because I do that. But you have been the biggest blessing to us. Everyone out there who's praying for us, everyone out there who responds to us on Epistle, which there is a link if you haven't joined Epistle in the description of this live. There's a link to Epistle where you can sign up if you haven't, or you can send the link to someone else if they need it. So it's always out there for you. But I'm just in awe of how well you take care of us, and thank you. We have talked to other missionaries who are in Thailand, and they're just like, what did you get today? Oh, you have people that send you stuff? Oh, how do you stay in contact with all of your friends back in the States and your supporters? And I'm like, well, they contact us. We put information out there, and they respond to us. Yeah, but no one uses Facebook anymore. You're right. They don't. They use Epistle now, or we do. So, yeah, it's amazing. You guys are amazing, and you are a big part of what we do here, even though it may not feel like much to you. Every time I give a child a popsicle, a lot of them will say, did you make it? And I said, yes, because a church in Illinois in the United States loves you, and they sent us this so that you can have popsicles. Every time they get to paint, I say, yes, the church sent the paints, because they think we're rich, and we're like, no, we're not rich. We have friends, and you have people who love you all over the world. So thank you. With that, we had a few questions come in.
We did. Hello, Mount Erie. Good to see you. And yeah, I just wanted to expand a little on what Danaka said. The look on the missionary's face when we told them that somebody had sent us, things for popsicles, and somebody had sent us some other things, and it was amazing. And I can't overemphasize what Danaka said about when we hear from you guys, when we get a message on Epistle. It means the world to us, because sometimes it can feel lonely. We love the kids, we love what we're doing, but to hear from you guys back home, it does mean so much to us.
Yep, it does. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, a couple of the questions that we got. The first one was, how do you minister to the community?
Oh, I was so excited when this one came in because it gives me a chance to be a pastor again. I do miss that part of being in the field. We know enough Thai to make the children noodles and to talk to them about their day and to learn about their families. We don't know enough Thai to actually minister and to start having deeper conversations with adults. Although some of them we do because of English class, and there's a pastor on there's a couple pastors on campus, and so it's not that we don't get to talk about Jesus to anybody, and we go to church every Sunday with the kids and they hear about Christ. It's just different when it's in your own heart language. And so ministry in the community. Well, ministry in the community happens as soon as we walk out our door, whether we're speaking or not, because we look a little different. We stand out everywhere, believe it or not, especially in the town we live in. If we go to the market, Ken said one lady couldn't stop staring at me.
Yes.
She was like 80, and I don't know if she's ever seen anyone with different skin, but she did that day, and her mouth was dropped open, and she just watched as I walked through the market back and forth. And so to me, that's ministry, because what they're seeing is they're seeing somebody out of their element who's relying on God to come to a new place, to talk to people they don't know, to feel out of place, not to be comfortable, and to learn and to develop new relationships. And if I had walked around that market grumpy, I would have been the grumpy Farang, which is what they call Westerners here. But if you walk around the market smiling and wanting to try things and just waving or bowing at people or dipping your head to people or whatnot, or saying swadika, which is hello in slang, like, then all of a sudden you're the nice Farang who's actually might be here to do something good. So ministry happens as soon as we leave the room.
Yeah, yesterday we went to the meat market just to pick up a few things, and there's one lady in there, and every time, Danaka has had to teach me that with what she just said, I need to be happy. I need to go out with a smile on my face, which is something I typically don't always do. So to put a smile in my heart, and every time she sees us, I make sure we smile at her, and she just gets this big smile on her face and says hello. Because now we've been here for a few months. We're not tourists. We're not just stopping by to get something. We're kind of here for a long time. So to have that joy in your heart, to let them see who you are, and that you're just trying to spread the love of Christ, which is why we're here.
So I want to play that back to you, because I'm still a pastor at heart. But when you go to the store in your location, wherever you are you grumpy or are you smiling? Are you thankful or are you worried about getting everything on your list? Do you stop and notice people around you and say hi to the workers or offer to pray for them, even if you don't know them? Or do you just walk through, don't want to talk to anyone, put your head down, check out at self-checkout, and never talk to a person? Because whether you know it or not, that's ministry too. And that's not the good ministry. That should not be a Christian ministry by any Christian. We need to be the smiley ones. We need to be the over-loving ones, because that's what Christ is to us. So with that, how do you spread the gospel when you can't ask where the bathroom is?
We can now.
We can. We learned that. We've had almost 2 months of Thai lessons, so we're getting better. I've actually had a couple questions with the children that we play with, and they've understood and they've answered me in Thai, and so I count those as conversations.
I do have a video I will be posting on Epistle to also show the challenges that come with Thai. They have a lot of the same words that mean different things, and how you say them and how you pronounce them changes the meaning of the word.
Yes.
So I will probably post that today, so you should see that shortly. And
just to give you a heads up, my MAI is how we spell it with Roman letters. My flat tone means one thing. My, with a slight increase in your high tone, means something else. You put that at the end to ask a question, so everyone knows this statement I just gave you is actually a question. Then you go, my. That means, I don't even remember what that one means. And then there's my, where you go up and down. And then there's my, where you go down and up. All of them have separate meanings. And I'm not saying close meanings either. One is a question. One is the word no. One is horse or something like that. I mean, they're just all over the place. It's craziness. So how do you spread the gospel when that's the language you're learning? Well, again, you spread the gospel when people ask you for things, when people talk to you Some people do say, why are you here? We have 6 other people plus a teacher in our class, and we always go around the room. Why are you here? Well, we're here because we're missionaries, and this is what we're doing. Most people are in class because you can get a learning passport, a visa, so that you can stay longer if you're learning Thai, and it's a language learning visa, a student visa. We didn't have to do that, thank goodness, because then you have to go to immigration and be interviewed by the immigration agent, which I heard is easy and hard depending on the agent you have at the window. So we talked to them about the gospel, and they know why we're here. And then how else do you spread the gospel? Well, we have the kids pray before they eat their noodles. The big thing here is to learn American from YouTube and TikTok. So when everyone on TikTok is going, oh my God, to things that surprise them, every child here goes, oh my God, to everything that surprises them. Unless they've met Ajahn Danaka, which is me, and I say, no God, oh my, okay, oh my God, no. And so they know, and they correct each other. And some of them say it, and then they're like, oh my, oh my, oh my, just oh my. And I'm like, okay. So we're getting there. Also, when they take a popsicle and they say thank you, I tell them Kapkun Prichao, which means thank God. Don't thank me, thank God. So this is how we spread the gospel in little ways right now. We've only been here since June. So I think we're doing pretty good with that. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, the amount of kids that come in here, there's been times where we'll have 10 or 15 kids here. And if you think about it, and there's 80 plus kids on campus, that's a pretty big percentage of kids that come here. Even now, the older kids left for break a couple weeks ago. The younger kids are still here, and we'll still have 8 of the little kids coming here. So they know this is a safe place that they can come. They know that they'll be loved, and there's an old hymn I remember singing in church, and says, "They will know you are Christians by your love." So that is what we are spreading. And then when the kids do have deeper questions, they know who they can talk to. And I use that as part of my cat example. It's taken me 2 months of just talking to this stray orange boy cat at first, and he still hisses because that's his response. When I come walking outside, he hisses and backs up because that's what he's used to. And I keep talking to him. I feed him. And like I said, just a couple weeks ago, I put my finger down and he came and walked up to me and let me pet him a little bit. So he knows that I'm caring for him. He knows that I love him, and he allows me to at least pet him a little bit.
Yeah.
My voice is very comforting.
And he also knows the sound of our blender, because we have for being in a jungle and having things grow all the time, there's not a lot of vegetables around. There's not a lot of fruit that gets ripe, because for some reason they prefer green fruit here. So like every papaya on the tree that looks really good on campus, we wait for it to ripen and it's gone within a week because they make green papaya salad out of it. So in the mornings, we have smoothies with spinach and kiwi and chia seeds and cucumber, just to make sure we have all of our vegetables for the day before we leave the house, because we're not sure if we'll get any when we're out there. So the cat knows the sound of the blender now. Yesterday, I don't know if we ran the blender or not, but the cat didn't show up yesterday morning. This morning, as soon as the blender went, all of a sudden, there's the cats. So it's pretty cool. Hey, Brina, love you, sweetie. So it's amazing that that we're actually getting routines here. We joined a gym because walking outside is very hard. And it's hard to explain it when it's 82 out. But but it's 82 out at 8 a.m. So it's going to heat up. The sun is out today. The sun here every day is at level 10, which means you're going to burn as fast as you burn. It's just going to happen. So a lot of times I'll wear long sleeves to school because you go from walking through the sun that hurts your arms to sitting in a classroom with air conditioning. Going outside to walk is not the most pleasant thing. So we did join a gym for that reason. So we're getting that routine.
Yeah, we've started, like Danica said, we started Thai class, and we go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for 2 hours for class, and that we drive 50 plus minutes into Chiang Mai to have class. And we started walking at the mall, and that was great. The problem is we're starting to get into tourist season, and the mall is packed. So it was getting very difficult for us to walk, and we had been looking for a gym for a while, and we finally found one about a half hour from the house, right by Macro, where we do a lot of shopping. So we joined for a month. We want to give it a shot. We've gone this week, and it's been great. It's also another ministry of why are you guys here? Talking to the guy when we tried to sign up. Do you speak English? And he said a little, and I said, okay, well, didn't know I pass a Thai. So I speak a little Thai. He spoke a little English. We got through it, and so the more Thai we can learn, the more we can communicate. The door we bought yesterday for the bathroom, we went to the kind of the salvage reclaim yard, and surprisingly, he actually spoke a little bit of English, so we were able to walk through it and get a door. So
yeah, it's amazing coming from America, where most people only want to speak English. These kids start like in grade school, first grade, they learn English. They also learn Thai, the Lahu kids that we work with, because they already speak Lahu. And then they also have Chinese class because China is a huge influence in Thailand. And some of them are learning Korean from the missionaries next door. And that's 5 languages. And they're 7 and 8 and 9. And so it's amazing how that happens. It's amazing how these kids come in and you have no clue what language they're speaking. They bounce between Thai and Lahu a lot. And then they'll throw in a thank you, you're welcome. And it's like all one breath because they don't understand that that's supposed to be an answer or a question, a conversation rather than just a one person show. So it's taken us longer to learn Thai because we don't sit in an office with everyone who's speaking Thai, trying to answer questions and having them on repeat. So being at the gym is nice because we can hear other conversations going on while we work out and hear Thai. We also found out that Amazon Prime has Thai as a dubbed language on some of the cartoons and some of the movies. And then we can put English subtitles on those movies. So we've done that a couple times. Hotel Transylvania is like huge over here. The kids love watching it, and it comes dubbed in Thai. So they think that's even cooler that they can watch it in Thai. And then so they sit here and watch it, and we get to listen to it. Commercials are a great way for us to learn Thai because we can hear it over and over and over again. If anything comes from this ministry, it will be that understanding language and how people feel when they don't speak the language is extremely important. And again, as a pastor, because I'm speaking English and I can talk about this stuff, so thank you for listening. Think about all of the words in church that you use every day that someone walking in off the street who hasn't been there forever doesn't understand. It's its own language because you can't take Christian words. Like when you're teaching English here or you're teaching Thai here, there aren't Christian words in everyday language. So you have to take a Christian English class to learn the Christian words in English. You have to take a Christian Thai class to learn the Christian words in Thai. And I think that's one thing in churches we forget. We get so caught up in our own language that we forget those walking in off the street or those who are out during the day that we come in contact with. They don't understand the words we're using. It's its own language. And so that's one great thing that's really been on my heart lately is that I can say God bless you. They don't know what that means. And most people in America don't know what that means. Does that mean God's going to give me money? No. That means hopefully one day you'll be more like God. Well, what does that mean? Whole conversation can start just from those things if we think about it that way. Teresa has a question of how to send a gift to us. Well, there's a couple ways. You can just send it in the mail. We have an address, and I can send that to you, and I can put that out on a epistle. We also have, unfortunately, any mail from Thailand to the U.S. has stopped. The U.S. will not accept anything from Thailand right now as of August 20.
I think it's the other way around. Thailand is not sending mail to the U.S. They stopped because of the tariffs and because of some other things.
No, it says right there, the U.S. will not accept mail. Okay. Anyway, we can't send you anything. I'm sorry. So any Christmas gifts we're going to send, we can't. But you can still send us stuff from the post office or from UPS, whatever, FedEx. You can send us stuff. Also, Amazon does deliver to Thailand. So you can put our address in. They don't deliver everything. Not a lot of food stuff. Different random things you think would come to the U.S., like the Mousetrap game. They don't send it to the U.S. from Amazon. Puzzles don't get sent to the U.S. from Amazon. So I'm not sure if those come like directly from companies to your house through Amazon or whatnot. But so you can look at Amazon. I do have a list for Thailand on Amazon. Some of it is stuff that we want to get when we come home in April and come back. But anyway, yes, we do have an Amazon wish list, and I will put that information out there for you. Okay. What else?
One of the other questions we had, is it open or secretive as far as spreading the gospel in Thailand? Thailand is open. There are churches here. There are Nazarene churches here. Thailand is open to the gospel. Danaka and I have both read a book called Buddha to Jesus. It was an ex-follower of Buddha who converted to Christianity. So it gave us a good idea of what is Buddhism and the similarities it is to Christianity. And Buddha was searching for Christ. He was around 500 years before Christ.
He was during Isaiah's time.
Yes. So very interesting read if you wanted to read more about Buddhism. And the more we're here, the more we get ingrained in the culture. It's really hard to say like how many people actually follow Buddhism. Buddhism is tied so much to the Thai government, so people feel like they have to follow Buddhism. A lot of the public holidays are tied to Buddhism. But we've been to a Christian church here in Maytang, not associated with the Nazarene Church or the campus. And we can assure you that God is moving here. The church is strong. They are fervent prayers. The pastor there, I think, has 3 or 4 different churches that he pastors. The healing that goes there, the praying, just the fire is spreading. The numbers may not show that, but there is definitely a movement of God in Thailand.
Yeah, he's amazing. He knows he's a healer. So if people come to him and they are sick or they can't, if something's wrong with their body, he knows he's going to heal them.
I think he had cancer.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
Yeah.
When we were there was a woman, she hurt her shoulder and she could not lift her shoulder, and he just went over there and was praying and was touching her shoulder, and then more people came around, and within minutes she's raising her arm up above her head and just praising God. Just to be able to witness something like that was just truly amazing.
Yeah.
Now Thailand is surrounded by Laos and Cambodia, which we in the Nazarene Church, those are creative access areas where you are not allowed to preach, spread the gospel, but the Nazarene Church does have churches.
We're not allowed to say that publicly.
Let's go back and
Let's
edit
go back and we'll edit that. But anyway, there are creative access areas around us, and we thank God for that. The pastor in Mae Tang knows Lahu because he visits the prison system here, and he ministers there also. He's also learning Burmese because of Myanmar's war. And I don't know if you saw my last epistle post. Myanmar has full access and support from China and Russia to destroy any uprising within their country. So it's not going to get better in Myanmar. We are about an hour and a half away from Myanmar, so the refugees pouring in will start happening soon, I'm pretty sure. Because the bombing just is so erratic in Myanmar, and they just never know when it's going to happen. And it's not, they're not bombing strategic locations. They're bombing populations here. So lots of prayers for that. But this pastor, this church, we also have been to an English-speaking church on Sunday evenings, and what it is it's a missionary church. So missionaries from all over the world come to this church service at 4:30 because we all speak English as a common language, and then we get to get support there too. So the last pastor we saw there, she was from Sweden, so she came and she gave her sermon in Swedish. Or not in Swedish, in English, but she's from Sweden. And I'm not positive yet if they even have a full-time pastor or if it's just everybody comes in and ends up joining the leadership team. And if you're on the leadership team, you end up preaching. And so if there's a guest speaker from anywhere in the country that comes to Chiang Mai, they try to get them there too if it's a Christian guest speaker. So it's really interesting to see how all of this comes together in the field. So yeah, those are some of the experiences we've had so far with spreading the gospel. As far as secretive goes, nothing secretive in Thailand. It's amazing how the kids know everything about everything. And it's really cool because they're willing to talk to you about it. So there's just no secrets. One of the words in our vocab list for this last week was diarrhea, because we had a long conversation about everything that causes diarrhea in Thailand. There's no cutoff. Like, as Americans, we're like, okay, yeah, we don't talk about this in America. And they're like, really? Why not? It's just diarrhea. Like, okay.
Yeah, in our class, there's 3 Americans, 3 people from Japan, and 1 person from China. And they're like, yeah, in America, we don't talk about that. And it was just very, very confusing to them. Like, oh, well, why? And even the picture in the book was a little boy on the toilet. So that was
struggling on the toilet.
Yes.
It was not a pleasant picture. But that leads us into like, how do you take care of yourself here is a little different than how you do it back home. Back home, you go to a doctor or you go to a urgent care or whatever it's called, and you talk to someone in a private room and you get a prescription, right? Here, you go to a pharmacy, you stand out in public, you ask the pharmacist with everybody else in the room what's going on with you, explain your symptoms, and then they give you medicine for it. So you don't actually see the doctor. There are a few things that have to go through a doctor, but a lot of stuff that we would go to the doctor for is just like, there's pharmacies on every block here. You just walk in, you tell them your symptoms, and you get pills.
We're pretty sure we saw the pharmacist giving somebody stitches.
Yes.
In the one pharmacy, we kind of walked in and were like, oh, we'll come back in a minute. We'll let you finish up what you're doing. Like, literally over the counter, she has gloves on and she's
stitching up someone's
eye and put a bandage on it, and then we went and told her what we were looking for, and for a few dollars got some pills.
Yep. So it's different, but it's still the same. It's nice. It's becoming easier to accomplish things here. Not okay, today our main goal is this. Now we can kind of have 2 or 3 main goals throughout the day because we kind of know what we're doing a little bit more. Not a lot, but a little bit more. One thing I've been looking for, and don't send them to me because I found them, was coffee filters. Just the nice little fluffy coffee filters that we make snowflakes out of in craft time at church, or we do different things with it in America with little kids. I can't find them anywhere. They're not in the stores. Most people around here drink instant coffee, even though they grow coffee beans. So that's kind of confusing. We haven't figured out the whole coffee thing yet. But we finally found them in one of the stores we can order them from. So we'll order those. But yeah, it's those little things that you're like, okay, if I was putting coffee filters somewhere, they're either with coffee pots or they're with coffee. Nope, neither place had coffee filters. So we just move on to the next thing that we need and we try to find it. Mm-hmm. Some other ways that ministry is spread through here is the Jesus Film. I know if you're Nazarene and you're watching this, you've heard of the Jesus Film probably. It's an organization that partners with the Nazarene Church. They supply kits that are solar powered with a small screen, a backpack, and I think it's a tablet now or something where you can download or whatnot or have on a DVD or something the Jesus Film. And the Jesus Film is in multiple languages all over the world. And when there are new languages found, they work on getting it in that language. So there is a Jesus Film in Lahu. And there are 3 teams here in Northern Thailand that have Jesus Film kits that go into the mountain areas where people don't come down to town and only speak Lahu, and they still spread the gospel through the Jesus Film. I've started posting some of Philip's posts on Facebook. So if you don't follow us, it's KAD Bulthuis on Facebook. And I've been sharing his information on Facebook because he's one of the Jesus Film coordinators here. He's a team leader, and so you'll see him on a boat. You'll see him on a mountain road where they use banana leaves as a table. You'll see him different places like that, and the more he does and the more he goes out and the more he posts, the more I will share so that we can continue that story, because there are 3 teams here. They have in total, I want to say 19 preaching points of places they go to talk about Jesus that don't go to church. So a preaching point is where you start having a group or having a dinner or meeting with a family or whatnot that doesn't get out into church or into, I'm going to say modern society, even though they're still modern, but to understand it a little better in our terms, I'll say modern society. And so they go there. There's a student at the Bible college here. He is on one of the teams, and he has families that he goes to visit on Sundays. So as we're sitting in church with the younger kids, we see the motorcycles go out with guitars on their back and backpacks on their front, and the pastors are going out to preach the gospel in different areas around here too. So it's pretty cool. So to kind of roll out how a church is formed, we have the Jesus Film that comes around, and then they have multiple conversations over meals, because if you go visit someone, you usually end up with a meal. They do regular visits, monthly visits, weekly visits. I'm not sure exactly how many visits they get. It might be quarterly. And then they start to organize leaders, and they find somebody who's willing to do it in the area. And then at that point in time, when you get to be an organized leader, then you can think of having a church. And so then they start to organize a group, and when you have a set group that meets at a set time to talk about Jesus, then you have a church. And so then they can start discussing on whether or not they organize a church. In the links on this video, I have a tab that's Thailand, and it's the Nazarene Church Thailand tab. And so you can read a little bit more of how many churches are throughout Thailand and preaching points. Again, preaching points aren't really organized churches, but that is where the gospel is spread. So you can kind of understand it a little bit more or share it with your church. But the link is down below in the description of this video. The other question we've had is why? What is the benefit of children coming to the children's home? So,
number one, it's going to be more exposure to school, to be able to learn Thai, and exposure to Jesus. They get it. You have to realize that the schools here, they run on Buddhism. They're kind of taught that. It's ingrained into them. So to kind of change their mindset is what we're here for, is to show them the love of God, the love of Jesus, to give them a stable, safe environment for that. They're able to, and what's kind of strange that we're now figuring out, it doesn't matter how old you are. How old you are doesn't determine what grade you're in. It's what you know. You have to pass a test each year to move on to the next grade. So there were some girls that were here that we figured that they were in the older group of girls. And then when the older group went home for break, they were still here. So it was just, it's interesting to see how their school system works and how people move on from grade to grade. But just to give them the stability, to give them an opportunity to learn Thai, to have an education, and to build on that.
And I'm not positive. I haven't had confirmation yet, but from what I understand is when you go to school, you end up with a school ID, and that school ID is kind of a like a legal document. So now you're a documented school person, and so that also helps the children, because some of the college students here didn't go to school through the Thai system, and so they cannot go out too far from where they live because they don't have documents. So like if they get pulled over for a car inspection or a motorcycle inspection, they would not have documents to prove who they are, and that would cause problems. So that's another reason I think that kids go to school or parents send them to school, is to start that process also. And then they come to this one. From what we've seen and we're discovering, is there are other Lahu and tribal schools and homes for kids to go to school to. This one is going to be 20 years old this year, and so we're starting a Thanksgiving celebration plan, and they're going to celebrate it. So there's the pastor who speaks on Sunday, and him and his wife are kind of in charge of the campus. He actually went to school here, so he has ties here. So now we're seeing multiple generations come through, because his son comes. His daughter's too young for school, but his son goes to school here. So so it's nice to see it continuing in the continuing for the kids to send their kids to. It's still new to some villages though, because we have one boy here the village has never sent a boy here before. They've sent girls here to learn, but they've never sent boys. So he's the first boy from his village to come here. So, and he's doing great. He's making friends. What we didn't realize when we first got here is that everyone was new too. So no one had friend groups. No one had kind of gotten into their own routines along with us. So we came at a good time. And now you can see the different groups of friends that have formed and the different way the kids interact. And So it's been really good.
Yeah, it is. It is fun to watch the groups of kids that come. So like at school's out at 4, so about 10 after, 15 after, we get the group of young boys that stop here before they even go back to their house. They stop here for either a snack or for some water, and then they leave. And then a group of young girls come. It's just funny how it just rotates. And when you have a group that's in your house and then another group shows up, if it's an older group of kids that come in, the younger group leaves. It's just part of their culture. The older kids are in charge. We were playing bags the other night with two of the young boys, and then some older kids showed up and basically kind of pushed the younger boys stopped playing, and the older kids started playing. It's just it's part of their culture.
It's not a complaint. There's
No.
not even a complaint. It took us a while to realize what was happening because they don't even say anything. Like the older kids don't say, "Okay, you got to go now," and the younger kids don't cry about it. It just happens. It's just
I liken it to when we went to school on the bus. When you were the younger kids, you sat in front of the bus, and then as you got older, you got to move towards the back of the bus. It was just an understanding that's how it works. When we sit in church, they sit based on what grade they're in, and at first we thought it was based on age, but it's not. It's based on what grade they're in. So that's how they sit from the front to the back. Just an interesting. Hello, Rob from Mount Airy. Thank you for joining.
It's also they also have a custom where the younger people can't ask the older kids to do things. Directions come from the oldest down. So I needed help getting some of the older girls into class to write sponsor letters. And so I asked the younger ones who come all the time, can you ask them to stop by? And they're just like, oh, no, 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 no. And I'm like, okay, how do I talk to them? And they're like, you have to talk to Nipa, who's the lady who is married to the pastor's wife. And she has to ask them and tell them to come. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I messaged her and asked her to tell them to come. And she's like, yeah, no problem. And they all showed up.
Mm-hmm.
But you cannot have someone younger ask someone older to do something. The same with dishes. They all do their dishes. If there's a group of them, the youngest one does the dishes. The older ones just leave all their stuff, and the youngest one just knows that I'm doing dishes today. Again, no complaints, no fights. This is just how it happens. It happens from day one forward, so everybody understands that. It's amazing how different it is here. I did dishes after the boys, and they were very, some of them were very concerned about it. Some of them were very anxious. They kept asking me if they could do the dishes, and I said, no, you rest, I'll do dishes. And they're like, no, that's not right. I said, well, in America, the adults do dishes and the children rest, so you go rest. And they're like, no. And then like they would give me like 5 minutes of doing dishes, and then they'd come back and they're like, you're sweating. Let me do the dishes. And I'm like, nope, we're good. Go do whatever you want to do. This is your time.
Yep. Good evening, Ben. Good to see you. Yes, I get that a lot from the girls will come up and they'll hand me a paper towel. Ajahn Ken. Well, yeah, Ajahn Ken sweats a lot here. So, but it's okay. I know I'm definitely going to be one of those people that when it's 60 degrees, I'm going to be like, it is freezing here. But I'm okay with that.
I'm so ready for it.
They keep telling us we're heading into winter. It's gotten a little better.
The mornings aren't as unbearable when you open the door from the bedroom. But yeah, so we'll see what winter brings. It is definitely bringing tourists, though. Things are crazy around here. The roads are busier, the parking spots are fewer, and the buses are huge.
I give those bus drivers props above props because I know how I struggle with driving, and it's gotten so much better. I cannot imagine them driving those buses around here, and I'm talking full on double decker 50-foot long buses that they're driving around. What I've come to say is your lane is not your lane. Your lane is everybody's lane. So don't expect anyone not to come over in your lane. Because of the motorbikes, because of everything, you have to watch, because the person next to you is going to come over to get around a motorbike. So then you have to try to move over to the side. So now that's what I've really liked. Number one about going to class is that it puts us in the Thai learning for 2 hours of and our teacher now does not speak a lot of English. It's mostly Thai. And so we have to sit there and try to understand, and getting to the point where I'm understanding enough words to get the point of what she's saying. But then, and what she'll do is she'll just say, Ken, and then she'll start talking to me. And it's like, 1 second. Okay. Today going, what am I doing today? Yes. Now answer in Thai. Oh. Well, and so then I have to think through it, because the challenge I have with Thai is there is nothing similar to English. You have to memorize every single word. One example is, like palm is how I say I as a man. Palm is also hair. So I could literally say pom, and they would know that it's I, hair, and then I could say cut, and I get a haircut. So.
Yep. And then that is actually the most relaxing part of our day, believe it or not, because the people around us actually speak a little bit of English too. Even the Japanese people speak a little bit of English. Jack from China does not speak any English. So talking to Jack, we have to talk Thai. But then we come home, and what I've discovered is home is like youth camp nonstop until 9 p.m. So from the moment you pull in the driveway, if it's non-school day, the children are running to help you empty the car to see what you brought home.
That's why they do it.
They don't care about us. It's the car.
It's the one thing is that there's no privacy here.
No.
If you don't want the kids to see something, you better hide it.
Yes. And hide it well, because they look through everything.
We had bought some snacks, and I took a picture and sent it to Brina. She likes these stingers that are a healthier snack, and I thought that these might be like stingers or a little waffle cookie, and they're really good.
They're very sugary.
Everything here is full of sugar, so they're not healthy at all. But I put them on top of the fridge. These are Ajahn Kens, and everyone would be like, "What are those?" No, those are Ajahn Kens. So the privacy thing of what you have laying around. I had my wallet on the table just when we got back one night, and then I saw the kids come in and go, "Look at Ajahn Ken's wallet." So now I have to make sure I keep my wallet. Not that they're going to take anything, but they're very good about that. They're very respectful. But if they want something, they will ask you, and they will take it.
Yeah.
So
they have no qualms about taking anything you offer if they want it. But it is like youth camp from when we get home until 9 p.m. They have to be in their beds. So it's a constant in and out. Everybody's hungry around 7:30 or 8 o'clock. So they all, like, if it's been quiet here until then, they all start showing up at that point in time because they want snacks. Which I understand. They eat rice and veggies for dinner. So by 7 or 8, they're hungry again, because dinner's at 5. So,
yeah.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's coming up. We have our first Thanksgiving event. Thanksgiving's a little different here. Hopefully we'll have more information next time when we talk, and we'll put pictures online and pictures on Epistle for you. But Thanksgiving is more of a harvest tradition, the way our Thanksgiving used to be, I'm guessing, in the beginning. There are no turkeys. So turkey is a North America thing, more so even than Mexico. Mexico has its own kind of turkey, but North America is where turkeys live. I guess we talked to the missionaries. They said there are Thanksgiving feasts because there's a lot of expatriates here, which means Farangs, which means Americans. So there are some restaurants that will do a Thanksgiving special if you want to come in, and you can make reservations and stuff. But we never ate turkey in America, so I don't think we'll be doing any of that. The churches here, though, the Lahu, have Thanksgiving celebrations that are different because they're about harvest. So they fill the church with all of their harvest and their farmers. So they have cabbage and avocados, and it looks like mangoes, pumpkins, rice, and just
green leafy things.
Yeah, everything they grow, they fill the church with to celebrate the first fruits to God. And so we go Saturday for our first church event that's not on campus at a Lahu church in a mountain village to celebrate Thanksgiving. So yes, that will be exciting.
We are excited. We're looking forward to that. We will take a lot of pictures and be able to tell you more about it. And apparently this is what is going to be our next month and a half is every Saturday going to a different try and to actually see where the kids live. To see the church that's there, so we are excited to see that, everything. This will be another new experience for us that we can share with you of where the kids live, how they work. We've already been told that the services are going to be 3+ hours, a lot of worship, a lot of praising God, and it's in Lahu, so even the
translator doesn't work.
So we will. It'll be 3 hours of smiling, but knowing that their hearts are there just to praise God for the harvest, and we're excited.
Yeah, I am going to. I've started, creeping. I'm not creeping. The kids put it out there, but a lot of kids have joined me on TikTok, and so I get to see their videos. So I've taken some screenshots from videos to show you, like, of their home. Where they're taking where they do their TikToks from.
It's kind of crazy that they're doing TikToks from
they're doing TikToks from the village. But so I will put some of that on Epistle also. The biggest thing you need to understand is that on Facebook, we do not put everything because a lot of people watch our Facebook, and Epistle is more of a safe place for us to put stuff. So if there's things you're missing or things you're like, oh, I didn't know that about that, please join Epistle. It is completely free. It's a service offered to missionaries. We pay for it each month, but it's a great service because our phone, it's kind of like Facebook where we put a picture, we say a post, and it goes into the Epistle bank. And then you get to choose if you see it as soon as we post it, or if you see it at the end of the week, or if you see it each month. So you don't get bogged down with a bunch of emails from us. Then it comes to your email, and at your email time, you can look at it from the email, or you can click the button to learn more. And what that does is it opens it up to see all of the photos and see all of the details that we've written about it. So you have a lot of options in this. You can look and say, oh, I don't really care about someone losing their teeth. I'm not going to watch that or look at that epistle. And you don't have to open it at all. You can see it once a month, flip through it really quick, kind of get an update of where we're at and what we're doing, and then get on with life. And that's okay too. The one thing though is if you do sign up for it, if you haven't yet, please make sure everyone understands that you are going to get a response email when you sign up for it. In that response email, you have to open it. You have to click on something to start the system. Because it's safety features, so that people can't just sign up to learn about us without us knowing about it. So we get a notification that you want to join, we have to approve you, and then you have to go through a few more steps so that computer automation can't happen through this system. It has to be personal automation.
Make sure your email is correct.
Yeah.
We've had a couple people sign up, but they had the wrong emails in there. So then we are able to see that though. I could tell that somebody had spelled Hotmail wrong, just switch the A and the I. So we were able to email them and say, hey, your email is wrong. Go back in there and redo it.
Yeah.
So
But it's a great system. We love it. It helps those who want to use it and stay in touch. If you have questions about it or you want to talk to someone about it on a user end, let me know and I can try to connect you with someone. It's amazing because on the way to school, it was Prime Days last week, I think, in America. So like I had reached out and said, hey, if anyone is upgrading their Kindle, let me know and I'll make a deal with you to buy your old Kindle because mine quit here. So I'm reading on my phone, which makes me very tired. But within like 20 minutes, I had 3 people offer to send me Kindles. So please don't send me a Kindle. But it's a system that allows us to stay in touch with you is what I'm trying to say. And it's a quick system. So when we post at 8 a.m. in the morning on the way to school or 9 a.m. in the morning, it's 9 p.m. by you guys. And you guys are just getting on your phones, hopefully, because you've had a full day of people instead of telephones. And you're checking up on social media. So it should work well. Anything else? It's been an hour already.
Yeah, I think our time is up for today. Unless anyone has any other questions or comments, we will let you guys get a good rest for the evening.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. We will share this on Facebook, so if others want to see, you're welcome to share it with your churches if people want to watch. The past ones are also on YouTube, so when you go to our channel, there's like a tab for movies and then there's a tab for live. And if you hit the live tab, you can see the past live tabs, live films. And I will work on the Amazon wish list and make sure that's up to date. So don't hop on right now and do any Amazon ordering, please, because we may not need it right now. You can order it through that Amazon wish list and it will send it to us with our address is correct in Amazon. So, okay, you guys are wonderful. Thank you, Teresa. We love hearing from you guys too. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for joining us in the future. And if you have any questions, leave comments or send us an email. I'll even put our emails in the little description section when we're done so you can have those to click from this video. So hope you guys have a blessed evening, sweet dreams, and Friday is looking like a wonderful day, so enjoy tomorrow.
From the future, we love you guys. We praise God for you, and we thank you.
Good night.
Good night.